In 2019, I had been working in cybersecurity for over 17 years. My cybersecurity career started while serving in the Army. I also worked for Lockheed Martin and Hewlett Packard Enterprise in various senior cybersecurity roles throughout my career. However, at this point, I had not really interfaced with small businesses. Not until I took a role with Bank of America in 2019 as a third-party risk assessor. In that role, I was focused on performing IT security and business continuity assessments for Bank of America's third-party vendors. And I had an opportunity to directly work with small businesses, medium and large organizations while performing their risk assessments. That's when I realized that a lot of small businesses did not have in-house cybersecurity expertise. And as a result, they really struggled with trying to navigate the requirements of completing a enterprise level risk assessment. It was really frustrating for me as a risk assessor because I was not able to provide them with guidance that they needed to complete the risk assessment satisfactorily. I can tell them what the requirements were, but I couldn't tell them the controls they needed to implement, how to implement them, give them any design or advisory level services because I was serving in the role of their assessor. So I found that really frustrating. I recall that there was one particular risk assessment that I was performing for a small business. While I was communicating with the CEO, he was really frustrated. Angry because he said that he had spent tens of thousands of dollars working with consultants trying to complete this assessment and implement the security controls that he needed, but he still was nowhere close to completing that assessment. From my point of view, he was overcomplicating what needed to be completed, but to his credit, he just didn't understand. He didn't know. And for me, that was that aha moment where I realized there's a huge gap in the market for small businesses and organizations trying to navigate these enterprise level risk assessments to satisfy their contractual requirements or also the regulatory cybersecurity requirements. And it's really all confusing for them. So they're spending so much money, time, resources that they really don't have to spare trying to figure out what they actually need to achieve from a cybersecurity compliance standpoint. So once I identified that need in the market, it really ignited my heart for service. Going back to when I served in the military, I wanted to also serve in this capacity small businesses, leveraging my insider expertise. I knew that I could help small businesses achieve their goals of completing these risk assessments or satisfying these contractual regulatory requirements without having to spend a lot of money, time, energy. I remember that same day I came home and told my wife, I want to start a small business where I can help small businesses actually complete their cybersecurity assessments. And to my delight, my wife was on board right away. She thought it was a great idea. And even though my wife doesn't have a cybersecurity background, she understood the need for small businesses to have an advocate, someone working on behalf of them to battle against all of the overly burdensome contractual and regulatory cybersecurity and privacy requirements. Our mandate is to make cybersecurity compliance easy. Yes, seriously, cybersecurity compliance does not have to be hard. I don't care what any consultants have told you. It can be easy as long as you have the right advocate with the expertise working on your behalf and that's dedicated to cutting through all of the tech jargon and nuances and helping you achieve your goals to either obtain new business or satisfy your enterprise customer requirements, delegating the cybersecurity compliance activities to Aspire Cyber so that we can help you easily streamline, navigate, and automate your cybersecurity compliance activities. That is our mission. That's what we're focused on because we want you to focus on what you do best, and that's growing your business, not fumbling through cybersecurity compliance regulations. Let us do that for you. I'm proud to say that since starting Aspire Cyber in 2021, we have helped numerous small businesses navigate their cybersecurity compliance requirements, successfully satisfying their enterprise customers and also their federal customer cybersecurity requirements, which ultimately helps their business grow. Recently, we were contacted by a small business that develops websites, and they had a pretty large enterprise global customer who were imposing some significant cybersecurity requirements upon them, and they were going through a enterprise level risk assessment. So they contacted Aspire Cyber to help them navigate that process. Immediately, we identified ways that we can reduce the scope, which saved them lots of money, because if they didn't understand how to reduce the scope of that assessment, they would have been purchasing controls that were not required. Me having that insider expertise, I knew that based on the nature of the work they were performing for this large global client, a lot of the controls actually didn't apply to that assessment scope. So we helped them successfully complete that risk assessment in a fraction of the time. And the owner of the company left us a 5-star review and said that she was blessed that she found Aspire Cyber, because we made the process painless for her compared to when she previously completed the risk assessment the year prior. It was a totally different experience because she tried to go at it alone. This year, we were able to help her out, and I'm really proud of that. And that's what we do for our clients. So just know, if you're trying to navigate contractual or federal regulatory requirements, you don't have to do it alone. Aspire Cyber is here to help.